Episode 133. Joey is meeting with Bill at Uptown and Vanessa is with him, and Bill tells Joey he needs to talk to him. So he tells Vanessa what they have to talk about is outside of her expertise. So she lets Bill know that she knows a lot about Joey's business, so he can talk freely around her. So Danny and Andre are at the airport, and Andre is surprising Danny with a getaway. And Andre tells Danny they're going to Vegas. So I wonder what's that about. Guess we'll find out. Next, delusional Leslie is telling Eva about how explosive she and Ted were in bed. And Eva brings her back to earth, and she tells her it was just a drunken moment on Ted's side. That's it. So Cray Cray starts talking about she's tired of Ted treating her like some deep dark secret. What? Girl, you had a one night stand with your baby daddy who's in love with his wife. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. Stop it. Next, Bill tells Joey that Dr. McBride came by his house telling him he wanted to bring Joey down. So Bill says to Joey he doesn't seem surprised. And Dumbbutt went to one of his folks that he deals with, running his mouth, which wasn't smart. Next, Doug tells Randy he went to Bill and told him about Joey laundering money through Vanessa's business. And Randy tells him he hope he didn't put his name in it. I don't blame Randy. Randy like, you on your own. Because I keep telling you, Joey ain't nobody to play with, but you keep on. So Doug tells him he knows Bill since college and he won't screw him over. And Randy says, what if he does? See, Randy knows that Joey has so many people in his pocket and you don't know who they are. That's why I said Dr. McBride is over his head with this and he needs to hurry up and exit left. Next, Bill tells Joey that by he and Vanessa being so public with their relationship that it's not a good look, and Doug wouldn't care about her being affected by him exposing Joey laundering money through her business if they weren't so public. So Bill tells Joey, what does Doug have to lose? Next, Eva tells Cray Cray Ted wants his wife, and Cray Cray says that once he gets it in his skull that Nikki don't want him no more, he's gonna come crawling back to her and she'll be waiting. And that's really sad. That's really freaking sad that she has no self-respect for herself and that she would allow someone to play with her like that. So Eva tells her she's scared of how she will react when all of this backfires on her, because it will. Next, Nicole tells Vanessa she's furious with Leslie and that Leslie had the audacity to sleep with her husband again. If Nicole was so concerned about Leslie getting back into Ted's bed, why was she pushing Ted away? I would have kept Ted close so that Cray Cray wouldn't have had a chance to seduce him. But that's just me. Next, Eva tells Ted she tried to get Leslie to realize what happened between them was a mistake. Leslie says once he realizes Nicole don't want him anymore, he's going to come back where he belongs. He just started her back to her delusional daydreaming, and this is all his fault. Next, Leslie tells Anita she wants to talk to her about Barbara, and Anita tells her to screw herself. She should have known that was coming. The way she's been antagonizing them and then flaunting that she slept with Ted, Cray Cray is in her own little world. I tell you, she really is. She begs Anita to tell her something about Barbara because she doesn't know anything about her. And you should have thought about that before you start buying the house across the street from them and keep coming over the house and talking crazy. Like, you should have been doing this before you did all of that. Next, Nicole tells Vanessa that she cares because it's embarrassing what Ted's doing. And Vanessa tells her she cares because she still loves Ted. Instead of acting so cold, she needs to let Ted know she still loves him. Next, Joey asks Bill how did he respond to Doug's allegations about him. And Bill said he told him he'll think about it. So Joey says good, because it's going to give him time to figure out his next move. And I'm telling you, I think Joey's just going to go ahead and take Doug out. Although he told Vanessa he wouldn't, I think he is, because Doug is just doing too much. Next, Doug tells Randy it's no way that Bill would double cross him. And Randy is looking at him like he's a naive fool. And Randy knows there's no loyalty, and Doug is a naive fool to think so. So Randy tells him he underestimates Bill exactly because the only color Bill sees is green, and that's why Joey likes him. And that's a damn shame. Doug claims he grew up with Bill, but Randy knows him better than his so-called friend, Doug, who he grew up with. Next, Anita tells Leslie about Barbara and the Articulate's background, how Barbara was the glue who put the group together, and how they grew up in Cabrini Green. She tells Leslie that Barbara never lost her street edge, and Leslie thanks Anita for telling her about Barbara. See, and if Cray Cray wouldn't have been starting all this stuff with these folks, just maybe she could have had a relationship like that brief moment of Anita showing her some compassion and telling her about her mom. Maybe they could have forged some kind of friendship, but that ain't never gonna happen now because of what Cray Cray been doing. Next, Doug sees Bill at the country club and he tells Bill he needs to talk to him. And Vanessa walks in and tells Bill she's seen him 2 times that day, and she asks Doug what were they talking about. Next, Nicole goes to Ted's room and brings his handkerchief Cray Cray gave her, and she tells him Leslie gave it to her to give to him, and she asks him did he sleep with Cray Cray, and she already noticed the answer, but I guess she wants to ask. But then, to be fair, she did serve him divorce papers, and although he's technically still married to her, basically she's telling him the relationship is over. So yeah, if he sleeps with somebody, he sleeps with him, because she's basically throwing the towel in on the marriage. Next, Anita tells Vernon she and Leslie had a moment, and she tells Vernon she actually connected with Barbara. And Vernon's looking like, let it be just that, because this woman is crazy and we don't want to have nothing to do with her. Next, Cray Cray is losing it. She's daydreaming about Ted tying her up, and she's obsessed. And Ted better take heed to Evil's warning, because he definitely has a problem on his hands. Next, Ted confesses to Nicole that he did sleep with Leslie, and he tells her he was messed up about the divorce papers and he was drunk. So he tells her it was a mistake and it won't happen again. And he asks her, does she still care about him? And Nicole tells him she can use his discretion against him in court and go to hell. So why you come? Why did she even come to the hotel room? I don't get it. And that ends the episode.